What is going on, everybody? It's Crazy Man here, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you guys today a 1v1, and this is on the map Leviathan Hive. I'm playing as the Orcs, more specifically the Commando Knob, and my opponent is playing as the Hive Tyrant, but this is not about, well, it is somewhat about the gameplay, but my winning streak. This wasn't the game to end it today, actually ended a while ago. This was a game I played today. I'll probably play a couple more games today, because I actually had a lot of fun today. This was a loss. I do lose this game, spoiler. But it was a good loss, I felt like. You know, I need to commentate over it because I played this game pretty well, but I just suck against the Tyranids. I think I'm 0-3 as of now against Tyranids, but I do have a Tyranid gameplay myself coming up where I do a pretty good job of playing against my opponent. And the Space Marines, so. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the Nids, but I just cannot. I can't for the life of me beat them. It's just the one time I played as them, the 5-game win streak actually ended against the Tyranid. I was playing as the Eldar, and I went for 2 Banshees. You're supposed to go for Guardians because they have the Termagants have this little a crippling shot. I didn't realize it was actually that popular until I started seeing people use it more and more, and it was then I realized, oh, it's a problem. And my opponent here, he's going for a very unorthodox strategy. He's actually getting Spore Mines, and I do throw the stun nade up there, hitting those guys as well. One thing I'm trying to work on, and I'm actually commentating over it in this game as well, you'll see a couple examples, is my my overall micromanagement skills. I think I might play a little bit of StarCraft to help me out with that, because there's no game that's going to boost that like StarCraft, because you got so much stuff to do. But I see he does have the crippling shot there. Just gonna decide to bail out there, let him take that little battle. But back over here, and the matchmaking, it's actually working now for me. It's taken me like 20 games, but it's actually started working. Where this player was in my skill level, the other player, well, obviously they weren't in my skill level, but I felt like they were within my difficulty of beating. The next player I play, he was in my skill level, so it's doing a better job of placing me against people who I feel like I can beat, and I know I can beat, but sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. It's really all up in the air about how my control is and how I play and stuff. But here I tossed the stun grenade. Nice stun grenade right there, actually, to hit him. That's one thing I really want to do, is work on some nade throwing, because I suck with nades, which is why I tend to avoid them. I don't even get them on my Commando Knob for this whole game. Probably one of the reasons why I definitely did lose, but you know, just gotta keep pushing on. I'm not gonna post every game in the series, because my god, this would be like a 200 game series and I would never stop uploading, which I do want to play online games. But here I kind of make a mistake. I have both of them shoot, and sure, they do suppress him, but he also crippling shots my weaker one. Should have gone for the stronger one there, but he does have some Spore Mines in here, and the Spore Mines are actually burning me badly. Wish I could have picked up that Hormagaunt squad, but unfortunately I do not, and that's a darn shame. But these Spore Mines, dude, they just caused a lot of problems for me there early on, as I do have some Slugger Boys on the way, and blowing up the Spore Mines, because why not, and uses his last one right there. Not sure if that was actually worth the resources he spent on them, but he does have pretty good map control right now. We're both sitting at tier 1. I'm doing a little bit better on the resource category, but I mean he's got warriors on the way, so all is good there for him. And the Hive Tyrant, really, it's the commander I struggle against the most. There's no doubt about it, and if I were to face any commander in this game, the Hive Tyrant is one I lose against almost all the time, because you can't suppress him, so that takes away their the shooter boys aiming what's that thing, so that hurts. They're tough. I mean, this guy's level 1 and he's got 1080 health. That's without any war gear or anything, so he's gonna take the punishment, and he does have good war gear. As you're going to see later on in this game, really the turning point in the game, his war gear kicks in, and he does a pretty good job of using that. And his micromanagement skills were definitely better than mine in that instance. But here I'm like trying to push over here to defend the point, and he catches me out of position, and I'm pretty much screwed. I tried try to suppress the warriors. End up suppressing the Hormigwants there. If I'd have suppressed the warriors, I might have done a little better, but probably would not have made much of a difference. Actually losing the Slugger Boy squad there, and yeah, I got hurt bad. But he starts to go in for the power raid, and I'm like, you know what? We're gonna trade then. So I actually start to go up there because I know he's blowing up these generators. I mean, it's just the norm in 1v1s. So he's blowing up mine. I'm heading up north to blow up his, or destroy his, I guess. Mine would blow up because mine are orcs and his are whatever. But I'm trying to prevent this, obviously, because I'm so close to my the distance is so close to my my base. But it's not really gonna happen, as you're gonna see here. I do get a couple shots in, but the warriors are so tough against the shooter boys. Look at that. That would have just shredded a weaker squad, but not the warriors. And look at here, you see I'm able to do some pretty good damage, but the Tyranid ranged forces is very highly underestimated in combination with warriors, and you're going to see me use that next game as well. But I'm really trying to put together what race I should play as. I'm still playing as random as of now. I've been doing pretty good with the orcs. I think I'm 4-2 with them overall. But I don't know, the last game I played as Tyranids. I did pretty darn well indeed. And that was a very convincing game, even though my opponent, he killed more of me, but it was going to lead to him losing badly because of the setup I had, and I don't know. It just seemed like I played better with the Tyranids, which is really weird, but I probably don't. I do have a war truck on the way because I got ranged forces, or I have ranged forces, and he is getting his anti-vehicle upgrade for his warriors. I wish I would have known that. I sort of figured he was going to when he didn't get the one thing, I forget what it's called, the barbed strangler. But and this is an instance of why this game is terrible, is the pathing. So I hop in, I have all my forces hop in here because I know he's gonna jump me, and I see that he's got his warriors are smacking away at me, so I start to drive out, and all the Tyranid units back out, right? Well, here, look at what this war truck does. I'm telling it to move, and look at what it's doing. It's slowly turning, and I'm like rapidly clicking for it to get out of there, and eventually he does. Yeah, he does make it out of there, but that's frustrating, dude. Like, that is a very, very annoying to have that happen, because I'm like scrambling. I already poured a whole bunch of resources into this war truck, and it's actually not even paying off for itself. But I mainly built it for the shooter boys because I was hoping he'd target the shooter boys. But that warrior squad, warrior brood, they are beastly with the Tyranids. They are 100% vital, and I don't get their barbed strangler really much for them anymore, because why would you get that over their why would you get that over their awesome melee thing? I don't even know what to call it. I just lost track of everything I was saying. But I actually did realize that these guys have the commando squad, excuse me, which is a call down. It's only like 200 requisition, or 300 requisition, and 200 zeal, or WOG, or whatever you want to call it. It is 100% worth it. You're not going to see it here in this particular instance, but they do a lot of work, and they are tough. They are durable. I did get them their knob, or their commander, and look at this. They're standing here taking a beating from 2 melee squads, just taking it. I mean, no problem. I do throw a wasted incendiary grenade there, which I wish I wouldn't have, but I'm trying to pick off the warriors. Any chance you get the chance to pick off the warriors, you absolutely have to 100% take it. Do not succeed there. But yeah, he's going tier 3 already, so at this point I was thinking, okay, maybe he's going tier 2, you know, maybe he's doing something like that. I'm already down a good 200 points, so I've got a big hill to climb. But the Commando Knob, he does have a rocket launcher, a big old rocket launcher, so I may play as this guy in a little bit more in the future, but as of now I'm still sticking to random because I really don't know where my strengths are. Like I said, one part of me says, well, you do good with the orcs. Another part of me is like, well, you have games like this where I choke hard, and you know, right now I'm doing pretty good, obviously, in this particular battle. But I mean, he's going tier 3, and The things you go in tier 3 for are Carnifex, Lictors, or Swarm Lords, which any one of those would really be bad. But the Commando Squad, they're the main thing that pretty much keeps me alive in this game for as long as I stay alive. And I'm surprised, I don't think anybody actually captures this point looking back at this game now, but yeah, I'm going in for another power raid because it's kind of what you need to do in 1v1s is keep your opponent's resources out. He has 2 fully upgraded power node things. I don't have any, so actually I'm right here, I'm going for that, and I throw the nade and it kind of hits, I think. Nope. It actually perfectly positioned itself to where it did not hit anything, but all the Tyranid units just get buffed so badly. It's pretty, makes them so good. But watch this right here. I got the commandos out in front, and you're gonna see what I do right here. I have them, this is one of their powers, is to just instantly knock back all of the enemies, and look at how good that is against the ranged forces. He can't do anything against that. I mean, he can't. And they're constantly taking damage from the other shooter boys, so that's a very, very dangerous tactic there. However, his hive timer gets close, and I'm really not paying attention. As you can see, I'm building stuff. I see the call down, and I'm trying to get away, but they take this way, and he goes in and bites his ankles and shoots him in the back. And this poor guy does not make it till Christmas. But back up here, not a totally lost cause. I'm in fact taking out the enemy's generators. So while you may have beaten me down there, up here I'm doing a little bit more damage. His Carnifex is out though, and he is getting the Barbed Strangler for that. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to do as much damage up here. Back over here, War Truck is in full retreat mode, and Death Dread is out on the field. But a Death Dread against a Carnifex, that's a pretty one-sided battle if you ask me. But I do have a lot of requisition, almost 700. I really don't know what to spend it on though, because you look at his units here. I mean, like Slugga Boys would come to mind, but these guys have the crippling shot, so that kind of rules that out. I see up here that he has the Carnifex, so it's a good thing I actually saved up all this requisition, because now I start pouring it into the Rocket Boys, which do not in fact take any power. So Orc builds are very, very generous in the fact that you don't need much power for any of the real units, the direct counter units. Like the shooter boys don't require any power to get their biggest shooters, they obviously do, but I mean, really, if you want to get tank busters, you can go ahead and get tank busters for days and you'll be fine. And I don't know what's going on up here, but he's kind of standing there watching me, getting his pedo on. Actually, yeah, he did capture that, so scratch that. But I really like this matchup of Orcs versus Tyranids because it's just, the battles are big. You know, there's so many units on the battlefield. I mean, you got the Tyranids who have 8-man squads and 10 squads, and obviously you have some smaller squads as well. But then you have the Orcs who have 5, 6, 4. You know, it's just like 2 big armies just slamming into each other. It's almost as good as the Orcs and Imperial Guardsmen. That's a matchup, but could get a little bit not Orcs and not that Tyranids and Guardsmen, excuse me, where you just Tyranids and Guardsmen have the 2 most units. If you were to like take a look at all the units and on the battlefield and stuff, and here I was like, all right, he's going over here because he's committing. So I'm moving my forces over here. Well, I am calling in more commando squad, another commando squad, because they are awesome, and they can easily take out the warrior brood, Termagants as well. And over here, I reveal my giant, massive sized army. However, I realize, oh crap, he's over here, so I'm pulling my forces over there. Probably could have left my commander actually up here to capture this point, did not though, and that's a mistake I'm gonna have to live with, because watching this game just makes it more painful. All the rockets being firing off their big rocket, their super big rockets, slamming right into the Carnifex. It does have a lot of health, however, it does not have that much health. As you notice, his commander did get a whole bunch of upgrades. Slugga Boys are in there somewhere. Down goes his warrior brood. And it's looking pretty good for me right now. I'm feeling pretty good. However, my Rocket Boys, I do have them shooting And he activates the invulnerable armor ability. Good God, I hate this ability. Because that ability single-handedly wins him this battle. I mean, you look at it. Yeah, we're doing a pretty good damage-wise, and I think if I would have had 50 more points, if I would have captured this point up here even, I probably would have maybe won the game, because as you're going to see here, we were able to gun down his Hive Tyrant, we gunned down his warriors, we gunned down a lot of his units, and just a little bit, needed a little more time, because I kept all my units alive, but I should have just captured that point up there, and that was that's the lesson you gotta learn. You live, learn, and let loose, but it was a pretty good game overall. I was actually glad to see that the matchmaking was putting me up against players, once again, like I said, who are within my skill range. He was going for a Swarm Lord, but, I mean, come on, 2 tank-busted squads against the Swarm Lord probably would have done work. And even after that, I would have had, if he wouldn't have activated his ability, if I would have had a couple other things going my way. If I think they need to lower that time a little bit, but I think leave the ability in there. If you're not going to do that, make it so it's like the Eldar guy, the Warlock, where you have to take a certain amount of damage before you can actually activate it. Obviously he would have had a certain amount of damage taken, but I just feel like it's really weird how the Hive Tyrant gets this thing where he can just go invulnerable at any time, and the Warlock, who has superior technology and stuff, has to take a certain amount of damage before he can be activated. And the Warlocks has massive cooldown time, so that's weird. There somehow my commander was a higher level, all because of that commander kill at the end, I guess. But unit score, he actually did lose more units than me again. I'm not sure how he actually won that. He did win the producing and reinforcing battle, but he lost more and he killed less, so resource score, he was obviously higher. He had the 2 power node things built up, but he did lose more generators as well, losing 9, but built 12, so point score, the most useless thing ever. But he was able to win that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like rating. I'm about to do another commentary on my game where I play as the Tyranids, so I'll see you guys later.